The world needs more love. It's not that serious. Diversify. Hi guys, it's me Alison, and today we are doing 20 things I learned at 20. This has become an annual tradition for me. I did 15 things I learned at 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Now we're doing 20 because I am turning 21. As always, I wrote them down on my phone, so I'm going to be reading it off there. Number 1, don't regret giving out love, even if they did you dirty. The world needs more love, and they probably do too. It's sort of the same thing that I talked about last year, but basically life is short. Love openly, like platonically, romantically. Even if things didn't turn out the way that you wanted, I don't think you should regret giving out love. Number 2, relationships ebb and flow. This really helps me because a lot of times I'm like, oh, I really miss that person. I wish our like connection was still as strong as it used to be. But then like sometimes it comes back, you know? So like this really like calms me down. Just because like at this age we're all growing and changing, so you might grow apart and back together with other people as time goes. Number 3, I actually learned this from somebody. They basically said treat yourself and your friends the way that you would treat a significant other. This year I spent a lot of time learning to grow my love languages for everybody, like platonically especially and romantically. So I think hearing that really helped me make a big advancement in learning to love. Number 4, it's not that serious, bro. So low-key I explained it bad, so I'm gonna hop right in here and explain a little bit better. This applies to like certain aspects of people's life, but also like this is a lifesaver for me. I'm just remembering like, it's not that serious, bro. Stay unbothered, do what makes you happy, and don't be comparing it to where other people are or what other people do that makes them happy. I feel like this phrase applies in like specific situations, and also it's something that's helping me currently with like overall life. Number 5, this is actually a lesson I unlearned. Whoa. But basically it's leaving people before they leave me. I was very much like an unhealthy habit that I had, you know, to protect myself, to keep myself from getting hurt. If you want a relationship to get better, you need to nourish it. But then counterpoint, if that doesn't work, then eventually, yeah, you can go. So like a quote from Tuesdays with Maury is, he goes, don't let go too soon, but don't hang on too long. Number 6, I learned that my biggest fear is actually being replaceable. And thus, whenever I feel like I'm being replaced, I start to pull away. It kind of goes hand in hand with that last point, like leaving people before they leave me, you know what I mean? So it's something that I still need to work on, but that was really just a big breakthrough for me, because I always used to say my fear was clones, and then I like did some reflecting, and I realized it's actually a fear of being replaceable. Number 7, a good leader is humble and accepts that they are not above making mistakes. Also recognize that your members don't revolve their lives around the organization the same way that you might if you're a leader of like an organization. You know what I mean? I actually did know this already, you know, because like from my teaching days, when I worked with kids, I always made sure to like admit my mistakes to them, because I'm not infallible, and I think it's very important for them to see transparency and like honesty and like being able to own up to your mistakes and to realize that mistakes are not a bad thing. They are inevitable. That was always something I was really big on, just, you know, admitting that I'm just like them, you know, like I'm not above them. Number 8, diversify. I think a lot of people need to hear this. I'm a business and education double major, so you gotta diversify your portfolios. But also I think that goes for a lot of areas in life. I think you should diversify your friendships, your hobbies, like your life experiences. You should never have all your eggs in one basket. Number 9, be yourself. Who you are is your competitive advantage. This was a quote from a speaker that we had in one of our business clubs. Her name was Monica, so slay Monica. It's just something that people should embrace more. I think it's something that's definitely helped me with a lot of my job interviews and stuff, because I've sort of created a brand for myself. I really love like being able to show that off. Number 10, people don't always need to know your business. Be careful with who you let into things that are actually important to you. I don't know, I like to share, I love to chat, but like yeah, people don't always need to know your business. And I think that's a valuable skill too. Number 11, if you are ever going to have other people trust you, you must feel that you can trust them too. This one also came from Tuesdays with Maury. I feel like there's not much more to add to that. That's just something that I need to like learn. I trust people with information a lot. Like I love sharing, I told you guys this, but I feel like I have trouble trusting people to stay in my life. So that's another thing I'm working on. A lot of growth, guys. My frontal lobe's developing. Number 12. This one's not like, I don't know how to concisely word this, but like the best stuff happened to me literally after my life went off the rails. And this happened like 2 different times while I was 20. I was at my absolute worst twice, and both times right after it, it was just like really good. So just know that if things keep getting worse, the only way to go from there is up. Number 13, feel your emotions through. This one's very important, guys. And then something very specific to me this year, I don't know if this is the most healthy approach, but I feel like it's mature. I don't know. We'll see how I feel about it in a year. But like this year, there were definitely a couple situations where I was very much like, we need to separate your actions and my feelings. They're related, but like, you don't have to worry about my feelings if you don't want to. It feels nice when people do consider your feelings, but like, I don't know, I'm like, there's a separation. I can't expect everybody to want to prioritize my feelings. Like, I think they should prioritize themselves. Does that make, I don't know if that made sense. But that's kind of how I approached a couple situations this year. Number 14, don't ghost people. I'll admit I've done it, but like, now I've learned, don't do it. At least let them know you don't want to talk to them anymore. Number 15. In the beginning of life, when we are infants, we need others to survive, right? And at the end of life, when you get like me, you need others to survive, right? But here's the secret. In between, we need others as well. So that's another quote from Maury in Tuesdays with Maury. This kind of goes along with some of the other points that I've already made in this video, but I think I've always kind of gotten used to people leaving. So then naturally I became like super hyper independent, be super self-sufficient, super independent, like I don't need other people. But the truth is everybody does. And so that's something that I've definitely learned this year. Connection with other people is super important and it's something that I need to be happy. Number 16, don't take others' advice so quickly. I don't remember what taught me this year because I remember I learned it last year. Just always take people's advice with a grain of salt. Number 17, I say this every year, trust your gut. Number 18, stand your ground against those that make you feel unworthy or like they always know best. You're gonna encounter some people like that, but just remember your worth and remember that you like earned this, whatever it is this may apply to. Okay guys, so we are in my closet right now because my roommates came home and I get self-conscious about filming my YouTube videos. Number 19, finding balance between friends, relationships, school, career, extracurriculars, etc. Honestly, this is something that I'm really struggling with right now. I feel like occasionally I do okay at it, but a lot of times I struggle with it. There are a couple areas where I feel like I've kind of improved maybe. One of them being I feel like I've gotten really good at delegating things. And then number 2, I'm still working on it, but like this is how I kind of survived high school when I was doing a lot of things, and I'm doing a lot of things now, so I should probably relearn this. But setting boundaries, basically like minimize how much time you spend working off the clock. And number 20, get uncomfortable. This is another thing that I'm really struggling with right now. During winter, I feel like I very much went into like hermit mode. I was very much leaning into my introvert tendencies and basically sticking to the things that make me feel safe and comfortable. And I feel like this can be fine for a bit, like while you're healing, but at some point you gotta get out there and grow again. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to try new things, trying to get back out there. So these are 20 lessons that I learned at 20. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will talk to you next time. Bye guys!